Suppose you had a sudden urge to buy a domain name and you decided it has to be a short name, such as a.com, and it says it's already taken. So you say, okay, then aa.com. This happens to be the American Airlines, so it's taken. So what about abc.com? It's ABC Broadcast, American Broadcast Corporation, so it's taken as well. So, and you say maybe it's A1B4C43. And then you realize, hey, that's available, but it's not what I want. You want a short name, but you don't know which one is available. And checking each one of them is a lot of work. So, can you automate this? Can I look for every single possible 3-letter domain name or 4-letter domain name, 5-letter, and so on? Can you automate this? And the answer is yes. If you look here, this web page address is reflecting what you just typed here. So if you wanted to know different domain name, for example, that it was a 4322 more, you could have typed here or you could have typed there. It doesn't matter where you type it. Okay, so what? That's not an automation. What you do is you copy this here and you bring into Mathematica and then you import that domain name that you wanted to check like that. Okay, then you run it, but I will run it with elements to show you what is available on Mathematica when you import a whole web page. You can import them as data, full data, hyperlinks, image links, links, and so on. This you can explore at your leisure, but here what we want is source code, because we want to look at the source code to get that crucial word that we are looking for. The crucial word is available. For example here, when it's available, it said it was available. When it's not available, it said it's not available. I don't know what it said, but one thing for sure that it didn't say available in it. It has been already registered and all those things. So we are going to latch on to that single word here, available, and then we'll use it. So now let me show you what the source code looks like. You could easily see it in viewing view, page source. Then you can look at this here. Now, if it's available, you can see the whole source code going here. So things that are hidden can still be shown. But if it's available here, so let's see, something like this. Then on your source code here, page source, if I do Control F and available, then you see this comes in here. So that's the single word that we're going to latch onto. If they ever say this for no reason, then we'll be completely messed up. But if they don't say that unless it is available, so we'll just bank on it and look for that keyword. Okay, so here, so we're going to read the entire source code here. So I will show you with this ABC here. I will read in the source code. So here's the text that you would have seen on top here. I just copied it. And of all the possible things that we could look into, we'll look into the source code. And when you do this here, this dutifully reads and gives you the entire source code. But what we are interested in is the available, the word available. As you know, ABC didn't show that. But if I say something ridiculous like this, then it will show. How do I know? You can do Control F to find out. Available. And then here it is. Shows up. Of course, we don't want to eyeball it ourselves, so we are not going to even show the source code. We will just semicolon to suppress it, and we'll store this in result. So we read it, and it's in result. So from result, we'll look for the word available. Okay. Now let me do without this first. When you do this here, it will tell you it found it. If it was a domain that was already taken, and you read the source and store it in result, and you look for the available, it will tell you it's not found. So you can easily tell if it's found or not found by seeing if this result is not empty. So if this is empty, if it's not empty, that is available was not there, then it's not available. But if you have a domain that others didn't take, something like this, then it will tell you true. So so out of all the source code, all the lengthy things that they told you, we'll just latch onto a single pattern and then use it. Okay. So now we have to generate all the possible domain names, but I'd like to show you how to do it because we're going to do loop using numbers. but we have to check the result. We got to generate the name in alphabet. So how do we translate from the alphabet to how do we generate the alphabet from the numbers? You should know that every single alphabet is stored as numbers inside the computer. The command that reveals how it's stored is called two-character code. So when you do this, you realize A is 65 and Z is 90. So all we have to do is go from 65 to 90. It will cover A to Z. The lowercase numbers are different, but we don't care because the domain names, the web page addresses are not case sensitive. We can use uppercase, lowercase, it doesn't make any difference. So we'll just use uppercase here, 65 to 90. Now, so what we are going to do is we are going to generate number from 65 to 90 and 65 to 90. So here we are going to see if we can find two digits here, two letter domain names here. But how do you construct these numbers back into the letters? These numbers turn into letters by using from character code. So when I run this here, it tells me AZ here. So if I copy this here and I say print exactly what I just got here and followed by .com, and if I run this loop here, you will see every single combination from A to Z for both first letter and the second letter. What I meant was INJ, of course, here. Okay, I will show you. So here goes AA.com, AB.com, and so on. You name it. It's all there. So you can check every one of them by generating like this. Okay. So now inside this loop here, we are not going to blindly print like that because we want to see if they have the domain or not. So what we are going to do is that we are going to run this result business here. But of course, we are not going to hard code names like that. This one will be entered by us flexibly. So I will stop the string right here. Okay. Then I will concatenate it with, let me show you, the one that we are going to generate, which is this. So I don't need this abc.com business here. And I don't need this. I need this. And I will just append here. And in here, I will have this one that I'm generating. There we go. So I don't need this line here. Okay. So this will actually generate name A through Z, A through Z, A through Z. And after generating all that, and it will check if this web page has that name. And it will come out in result. Result will be the entire source code, which we don't want to see, but we know what to do with it, right? If it has the word available in it, then we like it. If it doesn't, we don't like it. So here we go. So this is what's going to check. That is what's going to check if it has it or not. So if it has this, if this true, it comes out true, that's what we want. Then we are going to see what the domain name was, which is this. Now, if it doesn't have it, we are going to ignore it. There we go. So we have it ready. You run this here, then it will show you, it will print something if that domain name is available. If it's not available, they will not show you. So now I know nothing's available. I ran this before, so I know nothing's available with two names here. Suppose you wanted to know if you could find them with three letters here. Are there any names with any three-letter names left? So what you do is you do this here, and this time I will make it K. And this would be three-letter names, IJK. And if it's found, then you just make it. And this one I ran also, so I know it's not available. So if you want to go with four-letter words, then you've got to put one more and one more and one more. You just I forgot to put extra bracket here. So you just keep on putting more and more loops here to generate every single possible alphabet in order like that. Okay, then you may say, well, by the time I reached 26th letter, I ran out of alphabet. No problem. This actually doesn't have to be a single letter. So I could have used K2, 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 and comma, K2, and close that loop. and so on. Of course, you need to know what that was. So you got to put K2 here. So you will be able to produce, generate every single possible exhaustive search of however many letters you want. And you can run this and find out which one is available. And when you wake up in the morning or when you come back from vacation, then you will have a printout of all the names you wanted. If you don't want to have this printout, you can actually save it on Excel or print to a file. You can, or save in file. You can do many things to store the precious available domain that you found.